Today, November 23, 2024, the law of causality loves all to become Buddha, the class of becoming a saint, right thinking, part 65, continues to present to life the Dharma teaching 2027, question 2027, miracle 227, how to build a communist society, virtue of the holy sages? Part 29. Question 2027. We respectfully wish for Master Minh Tuệ, as well as the esteemed teachers renowned worldwide, to continue helping humanity awaken to the truths in question 2026. These are the immortal truths for all time, to be practiced every day and forever. And following today's question 2027, Truth 65 in the class of becoming a saint, right thinking, right speech. And today, we add content to question 227, how to attain one of the 9 holy virtues, of the 49 words of humility, to become the noble ones, who are enlightened, Paksabuddhada. Today, you all practice together the 5th holy virtue, competing to offer life, taking turns to admit faults, which means every day, you must think and share your proper attention, Yuniso Manasikara, on how to achieve right thinking, right speech, loving speech, holy speech to transform all karmic connections, to attain complete happiness? Children, just like the noble Buddhas, remember, the main teachings are meant to sow shared connections and are specifically gifted to the noble Buddhas, who are linked with the direct practice. So when practicing directly, the noble Buddhas can edit and add content to the teachings, to fit the context and characteristics, helping the beings, parents, understand better. Try to awaken to the 17 holy truths, holy thoughts, holy words as follows. 1. People in the world will suffer endlessly because they haven't awakened, and have accumulated countless sins, through infinite lifetimes by killing, harming animals, and harming people without end. 2. And people will suffer even more eternally, if they do not awaken regarding those who are intertwined with karma. The more contradictory, the more it proves you have incurred endless sins, hence karma can demand repayment. 3. Just by awakening to the 2 holy truths above, one can never suffer again. 4. Because when truly enlightened, having sown sins with countless beings, and still getting angry with others, that would be utterly illogical. 5. And just by awakening to the 2 holy truths above, one will never, foolishly, dare to think that one is acting rightly. 6. Because thinking you are acting rightly means thinking others are wrong, hence one can never repay all the countless sins committed, one can never transform karma, one can never end suffering. 7. Because thinking you are acting rightly means thinking others are wrong, which only creates more karma, piling up more karma, and suffering, piling on more suffering. 8. And just by awakening to the 2 holy truths above, you will clearly know, in the past, you have sinned infinitely against others. And even in the present, your actions are not virtuous, thus you do not transform karma, so you need to practice the 4 divine mind states for both past and present. 9. And just by awakening to the 2 holy truths as above, one will never, foolishly, dare to think oneself as acting rightly, but always think that one has been wrong, in both the past and present. Just by awakening to such holy thoughts, how can one not be happy eternally? 10. And even happier and more fulfilled when realizing the 2 holy truths mentioned above, one would never, foolishly, dare to think they are acting right, but always believe they have been wrong, in both the past and the present, so all that's left is to sincerely acknowledge the kindness owed to one another, to recognize the debts of gratitude and to repay those debts across lifetimes, and to dedicate ourselves to offering back to life across lifetimes, and to collectively take responsibility for our mistakes across lifetimes. Only then can we hope to atone for all the countless sins we have sown. 11. Just by being truly in the mind, with the holy thought as mentioned above always radiating the holy energy as described, is enough to transform all karmic relationships that are in harmony with the sacred land. 12. And if the conditions are right, to further attain the holy speech opening your heart through the practice of the four holy minds, it further proves the Buddha's mind, the holy mind, quickly transforms karma, and leads to the path faster. 13. Just by realizing the two holy truths mentioned above, from now on, all there is left is to compete in giving life, to compete in taking responsibility together, to transform karma, and harmonize with the Holy Land. What greater happiness could there be? 14. Through today's teachings, through realizing the two holy truths mentioned above, you all will further awaken to the holy virtue. The more you give life, the more you'll feel how deeply you owe gratitude. You'll see more and more that you owe endless gratitude. You'll realize you have to repay countless lives of gratitude, and take responsibility for countless lives. Only then can giving life truly demonstrate the holy mind, which will transform all karmic ties, repay the unending debts of gratitude, and find eternal happiness. 15. Conversely, when giving life without attaining the holy thought, as mentioned above, and without opening your heart, through the holy speech similarly, then giving life loses much of its meaning, and the debts will never be settled, the suffering will never end. 16. That's when evil karma comes knocking, just like when there's no evil karma around but still busy giving life, taking responsibility with a somewhat kind heart, but still not having fully atoned for the wrongs committed, suffering will go on endlessly. 17. And if cause and effect come knocking, but you don't collectively recognize gratitude, don't mutually acknowledge the debts of gratitude, don't work together to repay them, don't give life, and don't take responsibility together. Instead, you forget gratitude, forget debts, try to escape from them, avoid repaying gratitude, avoid giving life, and even blame each other, be arrogant, greedy, and angry. Complain about yourself, blame fate, blame others, expect and envy. In such a case, you will understand why you must suffer endlessly. Today's teaching will be transformed into the holy practice of singing with the blessed Buddhas, so that the sacred words, the holy truths, the holy thoughts, and the holy language will resonate through eternity to save future generations, achieving the holy virtue of admitting faults together, to transform all debts into eternal happiness. And here is the hymn 49 of the Solitary Buddha, saving future generations. Part 7, Living Together, Admitting Faults Together. 1. I will remember forever. When I stray and follow my karma, when I make mistakes, I will at least open my heart, with these 16 words of admitting faults together, something like, in the past, I have sown countless sins. In the present, I again commit sins without number. I will practice the four holy minds. I hope to redeem countless sins I have sown for my brother. 2. And I will forever remember, When the brother accepted the mistake, I will open my heart, with at least 16 words acknowledging the fault, similar to this. I truly am the one at fault, with mistakes in the past and mistakes in the present, because in the past I was blindly causing immense harm to my brother. So now the karmic result makes my brother treat me like this. And right now, I am still awful, not knowing how to respond to the holy love. So I can't change my fate. So I can't settle my debts. So I truly am the one at fault, from the past and also the present. 3. And I will remember forever the 16 words. Take turns to accept faults, transfer all karmic connections, eternal happiness. Even when evil laws reach their peak, the more I take turns to accept faults forever, the happiest person is the one who gives life the most in the world, and always offers life with a sacred heart. The more one gives life, the more one recognizes gratitude. The more one gives life, the more one feels indebted. And the more one gives, offers, life, the happier one becomes. Taking turns to repay gratitude, taking turns to accept faults forever. 4. And I will remember forever. 1. You offer life first, you accept faults first, you are freed first. 2. I offer life later, I accept faults later, I am freed later. 3. And if we don't take turns to offer life, don't take turns to accept faults, we will suffer forever. 4. And the heart proves always taking turns to offer life, and always taking turns to accept faults, more than all brothers and sisters, more than all of humanity. This is truly the heart of the enlightened one, the first to take turns to offer life and to take turns to accept faults. Will save all future generations, happiness for all eternity. The boat of karmic people is born. The way of karmic people is born. With the holy verse of 7 lines. 49 bows to the saints. 49 words of humility. 49 words to become the holy, unique being. The enlightened ones know it all. If living doesn't work out, we'll return to the cold land. If you live well, you'll resonate with the holy land. The path of karma is now crystal clear. No need to worry anymore about anything at all. The boat of karmic people is born. The way of karmic people is born. With the holy verse of 7 lines. 49 bows to the saints. 49 words of uniqueness. 16 words to end suffering. 16 words of happiness. Has revealed everything. Has spoken it all. Will be immortal forever. Will save countless generations to come.